On today's episode of Food Friday, we are going to be showing you some great healthy dinner options. The first is a recipe for chicken and brown rice, which is great because it's super easy to make, super quick to make, and super low calorie and high in protein. And the second is a recipe for red Thai curry, which is great if you're in need of a little pick-me-up, something that is going to have a bit more flavor, and this is truly delicious, but also, again, low calorie and high in protein. We'll start with our chicken and brown rice. All you're going to need for this is some chicken breast and some spices, and then we made the brown rice the night before. Start by cutting off any fat from your chicken, just because this will make it taste a bit better. Next, you're going to want to cut the chicken breast into more manageable pieces, which will just make it easier to cook. Next, we're covering the chicken in saran wrap, which is optional, but definitely helps avoid splatter when you pound with your mallet. Now, you're really going to want to invest in a mallet because I tried pounding chicken with my fist and it just does not work that well. So pound the chicken until it's flat, which is going to make it cook more evenly and more quickly. Next, we're seasoning our chicken, and you can season with whatever you like, but we're using salt, black pepper, garlic, and a little bit of chopped onion flakes, and this tastes absolutely delicious, so I highly recommend this combination. Then we're just gently pressing this into the chicken and turning it over and seasoning the other side as well. Now it's time to cook the chicken, so we're adding a bit of oil to a heated pan, and once the oil's hot, we're adding in our chicken. Make sure to move the chicken around the pan just to make sure it's not getting stuck, and make sure that you're checking periodically the underside and looking for a golden brown type of color to know that it's ready to flip. When you see that golden brown shade form, go ahead and flip your chicken over and cook the other side until it has that same coloring. Now all that's left to do is place it over a bed of rice. Now we did 1 cup of rice for the serving, and we did about 6 ounces of chicken, and that only has 447 calories, but it has a whopping 48 grams of protein. Moving on to our second dish, the main ingredient you are going to need is this Thai red curry paste, and we basically just followed the instructions on the back of that. We're following the exact same recipe for the chicken as we did in the last recipe, and then you're also going to need light coconut milk and some fish oil and brown sugar for this recipe, which I forgot to show, so my bad. We're going to start by opening up our can of light coconut milk and putting this in a heated saucepan. Then we're going to wait for this to come to a simmer and then add our red curry paste. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of the red curry paste, so fill up your tablespoon and just add that straight to the coconut milk and then stir that around. Next, we're going to bring the sauce to a boil, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar. Now, Donnie wanted me to tell you that you can add a little bit more if you want it a little bit sweeter, and then stir that in and add your chicken, which you want to, of course, have pre-cooked. Then you're just going to want to cook the chicken in the curry for a good 3 to 5 minutes, and at the very end you're going to want to add 2 tablespoons of fish oil, and after stirring that around, your curry should be ready to eat. And then we paired this curry with a cup of white rice. I am so obsessed with this recipe. It is so delicious. I could probably eat it all day, every day, and be totally satisfied, and the great thing is that it is only 587 calories but has 49 grams of protein.